Well, welcome back, everyone. I am so amazed, Lee, at how we keep getting the most incredible guests on our program.
You know, autoimmune stuff is really prevalent, and I've heard so much more about it, I think, just in the last few years. I'm so glad somebody's dealing with this, and has been for some time.
Yeah, the work that Brooke is doing is just extraordinary. So
I especially like the smoothie part. Yeah.
Oh, you're so smooth.
Thank you. Well, it's time again to do what we're calling Miracle Moments. This program you are watching is, of course, about healing. It's about sending and receiving energy, something that old souls do really well. Before we invite you to participate in this week's Miracle Moments, I'd like to ask Monica to share one of the miracles that a precious old soul has received.
This miracle moment comes from Facebook. Leslie had a miracle happen, and here it is. I'm 76 and have been on this consciousness path for most of my adult life since the mid-1960s. I've been inundated with bag lady fear energies. Nothing I've ever done has ever been able to silence this past life issue and the emotional havoc it creates. It hasn't helped that my business pretty much died and I've been living off of my savings. Anyway, I don't know if it was timing or, as Kryon mentioned, that the energies have finally changed to receive this kind of help and healing. But I called forth for more helpers who were masters in my particular situation. I began to see the most beautiful colours moving around, and then I could feel them going into my belly. That's where I usually feel the anxiety and fear. I stayed lying on my bed for at least an hour after the channel had finished because I knew deep removals and major releases were being done. I just wanted to let you know, and I'll continue to observe. Hopefully, what I came in with and what has tortured me for at least 50 years has been removed. Thank you both. Thank you, Leslie. I absolutely know that the profundity of that experience has removed that issue for you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And it's a beautiful reminder of what is possible, that miracles can happen. And what I'd like to do now is invite all of you to join with me in sending energy to those who are needing a miracle right now. Many are in trouble. Many have asked for our help. Many want prayers sent to them. And that's what we can do as a group of old souls together. And so I invite you to close your eyes and feel, sense, or visualize your body as a wand of light. Continuing on from what Kryon gave us in the channel, that you radiate light and broadcast it well beyond your physical body. And that as we create a field of coherence with each other, this light begins melding with all the other bright lights around the globe. And the amplification of this light that melds with all the other bright sparks across the world means that there is no corner on the globe right now that is not having light spill out onto it. In other words, we have created a blanket of light around the globe. And this illumination can trigger a cascading effect of other lights being turned on, so that those in trouble can feel or sense turning a corner, having help, receiving support, feeling love, feeling compassion. And we wish to remind you that as you radiate and transmit your light, your transmitter is also a receiver, and that you too are included in receiving this wave of love, support, compassion. And from this posture of energetic support and love, let us now move into the Circle of 12 experience with Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon. Come a little closer. This particular meditation is the first one of the month. And the mold has already been set for what we wish to do. For those who have not seen this before or wonder why this particular episode or experience would be different than most, I'll tell you. There's a new tool. A tool that some, even in metaphysics, would deny. And that is the ability for the human being to touch something that heretofore was untouchable. And that was the energy of your soul. For so long, you've been told and taught that your consciousness is not high enough yet for you to do that which we are going to do today. The soul belongs on the other side of the veil, you've been told. And that's what you will join after death, you've been told. When all along the reality is your soul has always been with you, it's part of you. But touching it, or being part of it, or knowing what it is inside of it, perhaps, if you want to call it that, has not been something that has been available, and now it is. Why would this be, you might ask, Kryon? And that is because this shift is allowing it. This light that is occurring on the planet is being absorbed by so many old souls. Can I say it again, old soul? If you're watching this, and this is the first time, or even not the second time, you're not here by accident. If you are interested in these things and your abilities to change this planet with the energies of how you think and what you do, to change your life, you're right. It's something that, again, those before you did not have. Even you in your past lives didn't have. That is because there's an awakening going on, and it goes right into you, inside you. It enhances everything that you are and allows for these things to occur. And these things that occur are an elevation of consciousness, awareness, and the abilities to do these kinds of esoteric things that we're about to do. What things might they be? You'll see. We need you to stay, dear one. Do you hear this? I don't know why you're watching this. Really? Do you? Is it because you're curious, or because perhaps there's something that needs to be done, or maybe synchronistically you need to hear what's going to happen next? We're going to go to the other side of that bridge that we always go to. The bridge is between the linear self and the multidimensional self. What you know about you or been told about you, and what is coming, which is the soul part of you that you not know really about. You're not really aware of it, because it is a multidimensional part. And you are so linear. You always have been. So crossing this bridge is a metaphor. You might even call it an excuse that allows you to go into a very sacred place. The excuse, the metaphor, something that is there now finally, a bridge that was never there before. The bridge allows you to cross it into the bigger you. You might say, where do we actually go when we cross the bridge? And the answer, inside, the most sacred part of you. You cross the bridge, there's a mist obfuscating this side from the other side, and you end up in this beautiful place of peace eternal peace. That's you. That's your soul. Where it always has been, always will be you. It doesn't have your name, not the name that you think. But let's go there. Let's see what's next. I want you to take my hand right now and cross this bridge. Let's go. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful experience for some, because what happens next is real. It's not an exercise. It's not a pretend. It's not a maybe. It's not even an affirmation. It's real, if you choose it to be. Cross the bridge with me through the mist. And as the mist clears, it's not what you see, it's what you feel. Eternal peace. Everything that bothers you is gone right now because you're in that bigger part of you. You might even say you're above the clouds. You're above everything that might even be anxious or even a little bothering to you, because you're above it all. You're in this beautiful part of you, which is eternal, which always was before you ever got here. And when you leave, it'll be the same. It's you. It's what the Creator has given you, the soul, which is part of the creative source. You might say the soul is part of God's creation, part of God itself, in so many ways. That's the God in you that we have always talked about, so many have talked about. And you're going to go through that door again like we did 100 episodes ago. That door that leads to a little theater. A theater in the round that you don't know what's going to happen. But you always go down into the audience and up into the stage like you always do, and you're going to do that again. And you're going to sit in that chair. There's one chair on the stage. And the most interesting part of this multidimensional experience is that you're not really alone doing it. I have a hard time explaining this. But how many of you are listening to this right now? All of you separately are in the chair when you sit in it. And yet all of you collectively are in the chair as you sit in it. Do you understand this? If all of you are going through this exercise, and all of you are in that soul of yours, and all of you are sitting in the chair, and all of you are connected in the oneness of spirit, that means all of you are sitting in the one chair. If this episode does not apply to you, and you'll know it in a moment, you're there to help the others who need it. Therefore, you become the healer. But this is going to be for so many of you watching this right now. We've done this before a little differently, but in the room starts to file a group of very special masters, people who've lived before, some who have not, some who have lived before in other places, we'll leave it at that, filing in and taking their seats before you, around you, and back of you, filling the theater. And I'll tell you who these are, because they're going to be here next week and the week after and the week after. And that is the highest healing masters that have ever existed in the universe. Did you hear that? And they're here because of you. And the first thing you're going to say is, wait a minute, I don't deserve that, because that's your programming. Yes, you do. Your soul is as important as any soul anywhere. Any soul that's ever even been alive on any planet anywhere. Your soul is part of theirs, and they're part of you. And this new tool you have, dear ones, of being able to walk into this place and visit your own soul opens the door to what's going to happen next. That's beautiful. That's you. That's you believing that this is real and understanding. It is. There are so many testimonies of what has happened in the chair. So why don't you be one of them with what's coming next? And those healers, they sit down. And each of them together, all of them as one, speaks your name. The name you have right now on earth. Oh, that's powerful. They know your name, not the soul name. The soul you the name you have right now, being spoken. And they stretch out their hands. And you begin to feel what's happening. Let me tell you what this is about. This is pure, absolute pure healing for your body, for your cells, where disease can be sucked out of you and go to where it belongs in a dark place and stays there for the rest of your days and never revisits you. This is the energy that's here. For anomalies, for conditions. And we're going to deal with other things later. Anxiety and fear and worry, that's later. This is for biology. These are the things that you're having trouble with, dear ones, and you're here in the chair. Do you realize why you're here now? If this doesn't apply to you, then you're one of the healers. That's why you're here. The rest of you, listen, you're in the chair so that you can then be in the chair and heal the one who needs it, as well as those healers in the room, because you're powerful too. Let this be a moment where absolute healing, biological healing happens. Aches, pains, anomalies, things that are not quite right, diseases, start to then be taken away and removed. You know, the masters of old did this to others in their time. And some of those masters are in the audience. Did you know that? And they can do it now as well. That's why they're here. That's why you're here. And what this does is to keep you here longer on this planet because you are needed. Do you understand this? This is for you. And it's not just so you'll feel better or live longer because you want to. This is so that you can show your light to others. You can tell them about this. So, hey, what happened to you? Didn't you have this disease? And you can say, I found something you should know about. We're more powerful than we think. And you can take it from there. This is not something that belongs to a few. This episode you're feeling as you're in the chair, as these things are happening right now, belong to everybody. Everyone, not just those watching this program. Anyone who realizes it. Anyone who can start dismissing that consensus reality that says these things are not possible. That was trained in you. You know better. You're receiving it. You receiving it. This is real. This is what I want for every one of you. And there will be some of you who say, and when this is over, what happens then? I'm liking this. Can I watch this again? Yes. As many times as you want, and you can sit here as many times as you want, and you can feel all of this inappropriateness leaving from your body. It's inappropriate for someone carrying as much light as you do to have these things in your body. I want you to feel it starting to move away from you. Dear disease, dear inappropriateness in my body, this is your last day. You may have served me in some way formerly, but not anymore, because this energy is different. I am different. It is time for you to leave. And the healers in this theater are doing that which they came for, with arms outstretched, continuing. Oh, now they're singing your name. Oh my. Can you feel this? You're going to leave this chair differently than you came. But it's going to require something else. Complete and total surrender and belief that you deserve this. Stay and deserve this. Stay and feel this. Stay and be healed. I'm crying in love with all of you as you stay and stay and stay. Beautiful it is. Wow. And so it is.